5th position. So this car, as you say, Gordon Shedd, we're not sure whether it's going to have any kind of penalty or not because of when they made the pit stop, but he's going quickly, although actually he had fastest that last time around, but Franchitti's got it back. So Dario had Franchitti as fastest, but Gordon Shedd is throwing himself into this, knowing that he's really got to go on the attack, but the gap is 8 seconds, and that's without any kind of penalty, so this is hard work. What a joy to watch, wow!
That's how you drive a Jaguar E-type around this Goodwood motor circuit, and Gordon Shedd works at Not Kill, ex-touring car driver, so he knows how to pedal any type of car round fast, certainly a touring car, but I wonder if he would have been aware. He's just set the fastest last sector of anybody, by the way, so shows that was a quick way to go around the final section. I wonder if he knows that potentially they would have boxed during the pit window being closed. If he's aware of that, I'm sure he would have been.
I'm sure he's aware, but as a driver, you know what it's like, Alex. You just get on with it and do your best, don't you?
Exactly that. A little bit of traffic he's got to file on pass, but it seems to like getting it sideways. It goes through the first part of the set there. I love the inside wheel depending on the corner he goes round, bobbing and bouncing, lifting off the ground. And I'm having a look at the tyre now. I just thought the gap might have closed ever so slightly, looking at the camera, but it hasn't. Still remains 6.5 seconds.
I have to say, it looks like a beautifully set up E-type there. It's so well controlled. And third place at the moment is another of the E-types. This is the number 5 car. Rory Butcher is now at the wheel of that. And Rory, we heard from earlier on. Let's see what they can do. Oh, a little bit of a smoky lock-up there from Gordon Shedd, but it's still going on hard.
I wouldn't want to put anything in the boot of that car.
BMW M5, and this is the new version of the BMW M5. We'll be celebrating the 50 years.
race leader, and the gap this time when they went over the line has come down to 2.6 seconds. So there is no doubt Ingram is going quicker every lap at this stage. He got the fastest first 2 sectors on that lap, new fastest lap. And Jake Hill has not got this all in his bag just yet, because that car chasing him, the TVR, is rapid.
Yeah, I wonder if Tom's just come across a little bit of traffic, trying to see. I think he's cleared it from the shot in the background. Let's have a look. Yes, he is. He's managed to clear the lap traffic. So these two drivers now will be absolutely pushing to the limit. There's more traffic in front for Jake Hill, and once he clears these couple of cars, there you can see on your screen there, and you then will have a bit of free air to try and rack some laps in, or at least try to rack some laps. And he's just going past the Porsche 904, the Piro car, a Piro behind the wheel, and then navigating his way past the Sunbeam. He's managed to do so he gets a clean run into the chicane. Next up will be Tom Ingram, who gets ever so close to the barriers on the right and then the left in the chicane, and Tom's going to hope that he's going to clear them down the straight, and just like that, he easily does.
He's down to 1.8 seconds. Look, this is like the British Touring Car Championship. The gap between them at the moment in the British Touring Car Championship is 9 points between these two in British Touring Cars. They've both taken several wins in touring cars. They are going to be battling for the title this year, the 2024 title. And now they're going to be battling for the RAC TT race here at Goodwood. And we're going to see how it works out, because the speed Ingram's got, we've got just over 9 minutes to go. It's not going to be easy. Once he's caught Jake, it's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to get past him.
Exactly, and Jake will possibly know what Ingram's driving style's like. They know each other very well from racing each other. As you said, in touring cars, they've actually had a similar route to get to where they have in their careers today. Both starting their car careers in Ginetta Juniors many years ago, back when I was sort of just leaving Ginetta Junior side, but know these two drivers very well, always up for a laugh, and most importantly, so fast on the track. So I'm really excited to see if he can close that gap. And looking at the sectors, it's going to be even closer. And actually, we don't need the sectors, Ben. We just need to look at the screen.
I agree. They've both been getting a pretty clear lap this lap. There's not been too much traffic around, but there's no doubt that Tom in the TVR has got a little bit better pace than Jake Hill in the AC Cobra. Over the line they go, 1.1 seconds. Well, there's no DRS to offer if they go under a second. It's all about normal racing from the period, but it'll still be a real opportunity when he's nearly under a second away from the race leader. And remember, one car started from the front of the grid, one car started from the back. Currently, the car that started from the back is leading. The car that started from the front is in second, but chasing him down.
Yeah, you can see actually the compression of the TVR. It went through the very bumpy section of Forewater into St Mary's. So much so the bodywork blew a puff of smoke as it rubbed onto the tyre. So Tom pushing to the absolute limit. Jake will be fully aware. I'm sure he'll have a pit board out as well, and the team giving him information of the gap, but he won't need that because he can see the TVR coming up behind. So great stuff from these two racing. 7.5 minutes left to go. They're charging down the straight now. The roaring engine, the roaring V8 from the AC Cobra, heavy onto the brakes into Woodcote, and he's got ever so closer. Tom just able to have a bit more grip as he goes through Woodcote, and he's going to be right on him by the time they get to the chicane.
Yeah, he's not attacking just yet. But Jake taking an interesting line to get a good traction out. He's using that power to get a good traction out of the chicane. That's where the Cobra has that little bit of advantage. But you can see in those Woodcote is not the fastest corner. This is a very fast corner. I want to see the difference here between the two cars. Is there much of a difference in pace? If anything, the Cobra is good through there. It did look through Woodcote, which is a slightly slower corner, that the TVR has the advantage in the slightly slower corners. There's not much difference in the faster ones.
Yeah, oh look at that shot, getting very close, not much room there. Tom getting actually a kick of oversteer. That's probably that hampered his exit compared to Jake Hill. Sectors are fairly similar. First one actually, Tom Ingram is slightly faster, but he's again back as they head into Lavant Corner. They'll then have the very long straight down to Woodcote. So Jake will be foot to the floor as hard as he can to get to the Ford V8 underneath the bonnet of the Cobra, absolutely pumping, and the TVR of Tom Ingram will sneak into the toe, and it looks like he's just streaming it in as they head into the brakes.
Yeah, and this is where we saw that Tom actually is very quick through this section, and again, he's able to break that a little bit later and then maintain a little bit more speed through the corner. You see, he's got it right in behind, but then on the exit of here, Jake focuses very much on the traction, getting a straight line and using the horsepower, and it does then maintain the gap. Doesn't actually really pull him away, but it means that it's not an area Tom can initially attack, but he can under braking. Oh no, he's got a wheel on the grass, but he's on the inside. Now Jake's going to come back on the inside and try and retake it once again, which he does. My goodness, the two British touring car stars at this current time in 2024, they are having such a fight here at Goodwood.
Yeah, you hear the gasp from the crowd as well, the cheers. You can tell without looking at the history that they're touring car drivers. They don't always need to use the tarmac, they use the grass as well, and I'm glad that Tom was able to get that stop. Now they're coming into the sector, they've come into the sector, should I say, which is seems to be stronger for the TVR, and it's got good power up to Lavant, and then down the back straight. Again, we're looking at the back of Tom Ingram. You can see desperately fighting on the wheel. Look at the lean, even the front inside wheel bobbing and just lifting momentarily off the ground. The same, similar can happen with the Cobra. But here, the charge, once again down into Woodcote.
We've got 4.5 minutes to go. Is he going to have a move into Woodcote? This is always one of the most difficult areas to overtake. Not impossible, but very, very challenging. And if a clever leader just positions the car in the correct place, it makes it very difficult for the driver behind. Tom stays behind for the moment, but the gap is very small. Now, the exit of this chicane, crucial as well. Don't put a wheel too wide. They both did that beautifully. And as they head down in towards Madgwick, this was where the attack went last time. Is it going to happen this time? No traffic around, and it looks as though Jake Hill's got a pretty clear run in.
As I said, they'll know each other's strengths and weaknesses. Maybe not so much in these cars, but Tom's been behind a number of laps now, heading into Ford Water. Oh, I thought he was going to have a look down the inside. Thinks better of it, gets a kick him over to there's a puff of smoke I was talking about. Jake's covering the inside line into St Mary's. Oh, we have a spinner, a couple of spinners.
That's a battle for third place.
That's our battle for third. You're right there, but back with the leaders, and Tom wasn't able to go down the inside, and that's damage for the Tom Christensen car.
And Lotter has gained advantage, but in the meantime, as you say, Tom Ingram is having another look here. And I think traffic could be a big issue for the pairing here, because if they get caught up in any single bit of traffic, which one is it going to hurt more? Because they are absolutely together at this stage, but that's part and parcel of when you're racing, you have to deal with traffic. Here comes Tom Ingram as close as ever, but Jake Hill as late on the brakes as he can be, yet maintaining control of the speed through the first part of Woodcote, tightening up into the second part. Get on the power, but then oh yes, they are dealing with some traffic, but that was actually relatively straightforward. That didn't hurt Jake Hill. They're both coming out of the chicane in much the same sense, but there is so little to choose between them. Jake Hill and the number one AC Cobra still in front of this brilliant TVR from the 1960s, both 1960 sports cars, but let's see how this works out, because we've got current superstar British touring car drivers who are fighting for the championship this year in very different cars, and yet fighting just as hard as we've seen them through the rest of the year and on the British circuits.
Yeah, so close, so brave. He's going to try and get the switch back and have a look. Sell Jake the dummy. Jake's wise, he's experienced. He says, no, not today. Thank you, Mr. Ingram, and lives to fight another day as they head through St Mary's. 2 minutes left to go of this race. At the moment, Jake with the upper hand, but he's soaking up immense pressure. He's like a sponge taking the pressure from Tom Ingram in the TVR. I'm having a look. Have they got traffic? Not a lot of traffic ahead of them, so they have got clear space. And Tom is getting all out of shape on the exit of Lavant.
Oh my goodness, he's got a chance to get alongside this time. Tom Ingram is alongside, he's got in front. Can he stay in front? This is a place he can probably break a little later. But Jake Hill, this is where the car has a good little bit of pace. But is Jake going to be able to come back at him? You're on board with Jake Hill. Is he going to find a way down the inside into the chicane? No. He settles back, tries to get the good exit. It's out of this one that the Cobra is sometimes very rapid. But Tom Ingram has got the lead. We've got just over a minute to go. Tom Ingram is now pulling away a little bit.
Yeah, the TVR's got the legs on the Cobra down the straight, so it was so close, heart and mouthed up, but great job by both of those drivers. We're going to catch a replay, and so late and so brave on the brakes from Tom Ingram. He was through and passed by the braking zone, and Jake did a good job at trying to get the Cobra stopped as well. But really nice, what a battle, and we have gone on to the final lap of the race as well then, I believe. And Tom Ingram already, he's pulled a gap from Jake Hill.
I've just had a message from Aaron, who's very proud about all this. Another British Touring Car champion, Jason Plato, saying they're both protégés of mine in the KX Academy. He's delighted to see what's been going on, these British Touring Car stars. But I have to say, Tom Ingram and Jake Hill have put on great show here.
Yeah, they have. Jason, I'm sure, as you said, proud protégés of him back in the day. But what a race. What a comeback, firstly, from the AC Cobra of Jake Hill and Ollie Bryant starting at the back of the grid. But from Tom Ingram as well. He's had to fight his way through to get back up the front. Jake actually is fairly close going into the chicane. I don't think he's going to be close enough, though.
So here we go then, coming into the chicane after this incredible battle that has existed throughout the race, and coming across the line to take the checkered flag, and victory goes to Tom Ingram and Mike Whitaker in the TVR. Second place goes to Jake Hill and Ollie Bryant, and let's just catch our third place battles that have been going on as well. It looks as though it is going to be Dario Franchitti who takes that third place.